Today's video comes from a question that one of my subbies has over on one of my other videos, and I thought that it would be a good time to make this video. So the question itself was, how do you claim your ideal reality? How do you know you're in your ideal reality? How do you get into the state? All that good stuff. And we're going to talk about it from a way that I deeply want you to understand, so make sure that you pay attention to this video. Hi guys, my name is Autumn and I'm here to teach you how to assume the position of who it is that you want to be, because remember, you are the only thinker in your reality, the only decider, the only one that is truly aware of what you are seeing. All right, so let's get into this video, you guys, because if you watched my last video, this kind of piggybacks off of that. If you haven't watched it, go watch that before you watch this video. But in that video, we were talking about, are you making your 3D your operant power by looking at what's going on the 3D, whether it's your SP saying that they don't want you, your lack of money, or whatever circumstances is going on. Are you looking at that and then making that the deciding factor for how you're going to move next? Are you taking your cues from the 3D? Or are you contemplating existence itself, your awareness, the one true gift that you have? I am. Are you looking inwardly? And this is the difference between trying to manifest to become God and manifesting as God, manifesting as source, co-creating with the source. This is becoming one with source. And this is what I really want to talk about, is really focusing more on your I am. So we know in order to get into the state, we have to realize that whatever is going on in the 3D is already dead and gone. As we know, creation is finished, you guys. But there are infinite possibilities as to how your situation can turn out. Infinite states that you can embody right now, here and now. But the only way you will be easily able to embody the state is when you become more focused on your awareness, your totality of having everything already, of being everything already. So in this, I really want you to understand what it means to be a co-creator with I am, for linking up with the source and recognizing that you already have the God power within you. So we want to turn away our senses from the 3D. Now, this is how you dissolve all situations, all negative situations, all unfavorable circumstances. This is how you dissolve everything that you are aware of that you don't like right now. So please, guys, I really want you to pay attention. When you turn your senses away from the 3D world and really commune with the I am within you, really get involved with what you are thinking in here. This is what's communing with I am. So this is, as they say, prayer, meditation, acknowledgement. It's just an acknowledgement, you guys. And it doesn't have to be anything where you're sitting for long periods of time trying to become aware of I am. But it is the subtle acknowledgement behind the expression of what's going on the outside, that at some point you realize that you decide to start taking this seriously. So this means, what are you thinking within yourself? What is the self-concept that you have of yourself, of I am? This is about really, as I talked about in another video, this is revaluing yourself, is the same thing as revaluing your I am, or becoming more aware of being the one true power. Then you realize that there is no separation. So in this instance, when I decide to turn away from my 3D world and only look at within me, and I contemplate this, I contemplate like, okay, I already have the source within me. So I know if everything exists within me, yes, I am the person that is abundant. Yes, I am the person that is rich. Yes, I am the person that gets chosen. Yes, because it's everything good about I am. It's everything about I am. I am never thinks anything negative about itself. And love is the thing that moves the mountains, you guys. So it is having a reverence for yourself, for being able to hold this power, from being thankful and just gratitude of being the one true I am, of having this gift within us, to know that if we have this within us, just being aware of it being there, of it never leaving you, of the fact that you can tune into it at any time, that you can see what you want to see within yourself at any time, that you can see the outcome that you desire, that you can see yourself doing something else. That is in itself a deep gift, you guys, a deep understanding that a lot of us, I think that we take the awareness within, the I am within, and we take it on a superficial level of, okay, this is what I'm using to get what I want. But no, this is a deep recognition of who you are, of knowing who you are. I tell you guys all the time, you're here to know yourself, and you know yourself through what you create. But knowing yourself as a co-creator, you realize that you're not doing anything alone, that it's not this little 3D you that's doing anything. And what I've realized about this is once you decide to turn inwardly and only look inwardly, so let's say that I have an SP, that they have someone else that they're dating, a third party or whatever. I decide to turn away from the senses and I really start thinking about myself, contemplating my existence, to know that this is one little teeny tiny reality and that I'm bigger than any situation, that there is no story that defines me as a person, or this thing that's going on with this SP that has nothing to define with me as a person, but I can become more aware of who I am. So I can look at this and say, okay, there's somewhere within me that I'm not showing reverence for myself or for my I am, or to think that I am separate from anything outside of me. I have to come back into reconciliation with myself. So as I contemplate this, this is me realizing, okay, because I have this one gift, because I have everything within me, of course I'm the person that gets chosen. Of course I'm always loved. Of course I'm always experiencing more. Of course it's just natural for me to be loved because the source within me is love. It's given everything to me. So I can allow myself to have this. I can allow myself to experience this because if I am the all already, then I know that it's available to me. So I can sit right here and just acknowledge that I have that love within me already. And the more that I tune into this, the more that this out here shuts off. So I'm only living in here. I'm only living in my 4D reality, which is sending off the signal to my 3D, making me a magnet for everything that I want in existence. It's calling it into me instead of me actually looking out here to take my cues. I'm actually emitting the energy that I want brought into me. So this is the difference between manifesting as God. Manifesting as God sits in its awareness and knows that it is. This is that be still and know that I am God. So it's the be still and knowing, and you're magnetizing, it's radiating off of you. The love is coming towards you. The ideal person is coming towards you. The money is coming towards you. The more that you contemplate this, not the more that you're looking at this, looking for a solution. The solution is always here within, because the way is always within you guys. I wrote this down and it says, it's in the choosing I am more than choosing anyone or anything outside of you that dissolves all false stories. When you are aware of expansion, you become aware that your only job, you guys, and I want you to understand this, your only job is to express I am. That's what your job is as a manifester. This is for you to know more of yourself, more of your power, but it is God becoming man, so man can remember that he has the same abilities as God, as the source. It is doing the dance. It is communing with one another. It is becoming one. It is becoming the I am. That's the ultimate self-concept that gets you everything, you guys. It's not the sectioned off versions, because you're going to get your manifestation anyway as a byproduct of you becoming more aware of your true identity. So it's not to break all these things up to add to I am, because if I am is already your partner, your money, your ideal situation, your ideal job, all these things, you have to feel into becoming I am. You have to recognize your awareness, recognize your power, that it is here and has always been with you. Okay, so the more that you're focused inwardly and contemplating the thoughts, the good things about yourself, contemplating the fact that there's a whole world within here, and have fun with that, you'll start to see that the outside is going to conform effortlessly, and there's not a lot that you have to do outwardly at all. Because what I've noticed is the more that you commune with I am, the more that you recognize the fact that everything's already here, you notice that your body automatically moves. Your intuition drives you. Your body automatically moves in the direction you're already going towards, the inspired action, because it's moving from within here. It's not moving based on what the outside is showing. So your SP does something that you don't like, and then automatically you think, oh my God, I have to like affirm 10 million times for this person to change. But it's based off of coming back to the awareness of, okay, they might have said that, but I decided, because I know that they love me because I have the one true power within me, and they will reflect back to me what I know to be true of myself, that I am chosen, I am loved, I am wanted, I am all these things. I have it all within me. Of course, why wouldn't they want to be with me? It's that contemplation within, that coming into reconciliation with that from within, not reconciling with that outside of you, you guys. It's reconciling with the truth of who you are within, not without. That influences your decision, your state of being. What does all of this mean? Because this really embodies and encompasses the be still and know that I am God. What does this truly mean? And I'm going to give you some examples. So let's just say that you have become more of that habit, gotten into more of that habit of looking inwardly for your source power, for the one true power, looking at that, becoming more aware of having that, just being that, existing in that. And you decide one day that you're just going to go take a walk, and you're thinking about like how you are an actor, you want to be an actor, you desire to be an actor or actress, and you are going on a walk at the park. You're just minding your business, thinking of like the fact that you know that you have the way within you, right? You're contemplating because the way is within you, right? So you're walking, you're going on the path or whatever, and then you see the board that comes up with all these flyers, and just something, a breeze just shoots your way, and then you look over, and then you see auditions coming up for this Saturday for this play, or for this opportunity, or for they want new talent for this new up and coming movie. And next thing you know, you have an opportunity to go to a audition, and who knows like what could happen from that, because you're contemplating the fact that opportunity is everywhere, that you already are the person that you want to be, because the one power exists within you. Okay. It also looks like you're driving down the highway one day, and then you're contemplating your existence. You know that you're calling in more abundance, and so you attach yourself to the one power within. You focus on that, and you realize like, man, I am aware that I have the one true power within me. So I am aware that I am already living in abundance. I look around, I see all these different cars. So I see all these cars, and people are paying for these cars. So that means that there's money circulating out here in my universe, right? So I see that there's always money surrounding me. I see that there's always trees surrounding me. I see with every breath that I have, that I'm taking, that it's available to me. So I have an abundance of air, I have an abundance of trees, I have an abundance of cars around me, I have an abundance of people around me, and all these people, the majority of them have money, so I know it's circulating around in my universe. Wow, I live in a state of abundance. Like, wow, that's so amazing. And then the next thing you know, you just are coasting down the road, and then you come up and you see this gas station, and you get that nudge, like, go over and, go in there and get a drink or something. So you decide to go in there, you get a drink or whatever, you go to the cash register, and there's something in you that says, buy a lottery ticket or buy a scratch off. And you're not thinking nothing of it. You're just going with the flow because you know that you live in abundance. Oh, well, why not? It's only a $5 scratch off. You buy the scratch off. You scratch off when you get in your car. You win $1 million. right? It also looks like there's this one job that you've been wanting for quite some time, but people say that it's really hard to get into this place. You got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, right? You know, one of those jobs, right? So you decide, you know what? I'm going to take my attention away from the 3D of the fact that I feel as if I don't have a job, and I connect to the one God source within me. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that there's opportunity wherever because I possess the one true power, the only awareness. I'm aware that I have all things within me. So I'm just going to look at that. I'm going to focus on that. I'm not focusing on what's going on outside. I decide, you know what? I know that the right job is within me. I know that this job is mine. I know that there's some way within me where this job is mine. So you decide, you know what? I'm just going to cook dinner tonight instead of going out to eat. So you go to the grocery store and whatnot. You go grocery shopping. You know, you're in your mood or whatever. You're just chilling. You're recognizing that you live in a world of abundance. You get to the cash register. You start putting your stuff up there. The person behind you starts to put their stuff up there. And the next thing you know, they put their oranges up there. But then they fall off the belt when they start moving. You turn around. You see it on the floor. You pick it up and you put it on the belt. And they go, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your help. You turn back. You look and you see that they got the logo of the company that you've been dying to work at on their shirt. And you go, you're like, oh, no problem at all. Oh, you work at so-and-so? You work at Apple? Oh yeah, I'm a manager at so-and-so. Like, I'm a manager for this, you know, department or whatever. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh wow, like that's so crazy. I just put an application in there, you know. And they're like, oh, well, what's your name? Like, they give you a card. They give you their card and be like, call me tomorrow so I could pull your application. You were living in a state of abundance. You weren't worried about what was going on out here. You were only focused on the one true power. It also looks like, you know what, you decided that you just want to feel peace today. And so you're like, oh, you looked online and all of a sudden you saw this free yoga class, that there was a yoga class going on for free at this yoga spot. And you were like, you know what, today would be a great day to try yoga, to try something new to help me cultivate more peace, because I live in a state of peace because I have the one true power. Things may not be going the way that I want them to go, like in my love life and in my friendships or whatever, but I do live in an abundance of peaceful places. So you decide to go to yoga, right? You go to yoga and you know what, you're just in the moment. You're allowing yourself to exist. You suck because it's like one of your first times ever, but you know what, you found so much peace and presence in there. And what you didn't know was the guy that you were sitting next to, he was observing you. He was like, she was kind of cute, you know, whatever, like it was her first time, she's struggling, but you know, I see. And so you were so focused on yourself being present in the moment and finding that one moment of peace, that when the class is over, he comes up and he talks to you. He's like, hey, my name is Jake. I come here every Thursday, blah, blah, blah. And so you're like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, he said, I noticed it was your first time, you know, but maybe you'll come back on every Thursday because I'm here. And, you know, it would be nice, you know, to have more friends as you're getting used to going to yoga. And he's like, can I have your Instagram? So that way we can coordinate when we're going next. And you're like, oh yeah, you're thinking, oh, I'm making a friend, because at that moment you just found complete peace. You wasn't worried about no friends. You wasn't worried about no boyfriend or nothing. But then next thing you know, he's in your DM like, can I take you out to, I hope you didn't think that this will be too much, or I hope this is not too much, but he slides in your DM and he's like, you know what, let me take you out for, you know, happy hour or something this weekend, or let me invite you to this club or whatever. And then now you got friends and now you got a potential boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? It's also like, you know that you want to start a business, right? You know you want to start a business. You're tired of working your 9 to 5, but recently you've been dealing with all this heartbreak. But then you know what? You decided that you were going to look at the one true power, and you're like, I know, you know what? I know that there's a way for me to, you know, feel better about all of this because I have the one true source within me. I'm looking at that. And then the next thing you know, you decide to pull out a piece of paper and you write, and you end up writing this beautiful poem or whatever. And you're like, that's good. Maybe my friend would like this. You screenshot it and you take a picture of it. You send it to your best friend. And then your best friend calls and is like, oh my gosh, I felt that on such a spiritual level. I've been through this before. Like, you should totally like post that somewhere, and you know, it could help other people, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, you get the inkling and you know what? You're like, you're right. And the next thing you know, I have so many poems that I want to write, or so many short stories or books that I want to write, that you just get on it. And the next thing you know, that night, you're overcome with so much inspiration that you decided to start your blog at 12 a.m. at midnight. And then the next thing you know, within a year, you're on the New York Times bestseller for your first book. That's what Be Still and Know I Am is. It's also, you finally get a job after looking for quite some time, and you're finally relieved. You're like, you know what? I have a job. I can relax. Things are working out in my favor. And then the next thing you know, your friends are like, oh my gosh, we have to go to Top Golf because let's just celebrate. Let's do something fun. Let's do it this weekend. Or let's go for a happy hour. Let's just have a good time. Let's go. And first you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go, like, you know, and they're like, no, we have to celebrate you, let's go. So you decide to go. So you're going and you're playing Top Golf with your friends, and you're just like, you know what, I have what I need now. I have I finally have a job. Like, my friends, they're supporting me. The next thing you know, a drink is being sent to your section. You look up, and then the waiter is like, oh yeah, it was sent by that man over there. You look over at the bar, and it was your SP, the same SP that you were trying to manifest for 2 years. Randomly there, sent you over a drink as you were celebrating your life, basking in the fact that you are loved, you are supported, you are adored. You weren't thinking about him. You were just expressing I am. And the next thing you know, you're back in contact with your SP. And the thing about all this, you guys, is it all comes to you handed on a silver platter. You do not have to lift a finger for this, you guys. The more that you contemplate your awareness, your existence, contemplate the fact that you have the best gift ever, the one true power within, awareness, source. When you link up to that, you guys, everything is possible for you. By yourself, you can do nothing. But with the source within, linked up with that, being one with that, being like, you know what? I have the one true power. I got everything within me already. There's no need for me to be out here looking around doing all that. If I contemplate only this, next thing you know, I got it all just coming to me. Because what is that, you guys? At the end of it, what is it? It's the state of naturalness. It's the state of naturalness. How natural can you be? How normal is it for you to be aware that you hold the one true power? How normal is it for you to realize that this is your true concept, I am. Your true self-concept is I am. That's a self-concept that gets you everything, anything, any state you desire. That's the one thing that brings you everything, being aware that you have that. And when you have that, you know that you have all. And when you know you have all, you know that there's nothing to do but to just acknowledge that you have it. And the more you're focused on that and not out here, life brings you everything, because you are a magnet for everything that you desire. Because you don't think Source knows what you want. You don't have to keep telling it what you want. Source is looking like, but do you know me? Do you know that you already have it? Do you already know that you have the one thing, the kingdom already within you? Seek the kingdom and all these things shall be added on to you. And it's effortless, you guys. It's so effortless. All right. So how you get into the state? How do you realize? How do you get into the state? You get into the state by contemplating the one source, the one gift that you already have, the thing that you already have, being more aware that you have everything, being aware of your identity. So you recognize and you get into the state by becoming aware that you are the source, linking up to that, not looking at the 3D, not being worried about what is going on, but contemplating the fact that, okay, if I could be aware of this within me, that I have this, I got this, I'm rich as fuck because I have the source within me. I know I'm loved because I have the source within me. I know that I'm chosen because I have the source within me. I know that there's nothing off limits to me because I have the one power, the source within me. There's nothing that can ever leave you. There's nothing that can escape you. Now, there are things where you can apply the separation, but it was never there to begin with, you guys. And that's what you'll realize the more that you look at your I am. You'll realize that those negative thoughts and those stories, they were never there. They were never there. They were just a veil over your already good. Okay? So I hope that this answered your question in a way where you can understand that you You don't necessarily have to look at getting the thing, your SP, doing all these things to change your SP, doing all these things to get the money outside of you. It's by recognizing the awareness within you that you could become aware of the fact that you already are abundant because you have that one source that brings you everything. And if the more that, to the degree that you are aware of being, of having, of expressing your I am, is to the degree that everything works out for you easily and effortlessly, comes to you on a silver platter. Trust me, it will show up to you. You ain't got to go looking for it. It's coming to you. All right. So if this makes sense for you, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you need help with understanding how this works for you in your situation, please get down in the description box below and book a session with me. And that way we'll uncover more together, all right? So remember, you guys, I love you so much, and imagination is always on your side, and I'm too. Bye.